When people imagine the sheer scale and power of modern naval technology, few machines represent it better than the USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72. At first glance, this massive floating city seems almost unreal, stretching more than 1,090 feet long and displacing over 100,000 tons when fully loaded. To put that into perspective, it is longer than 3 football fields placed end to end and taller than a 20-story building from keel to mast. Designed as part of the Nimitz-class of nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, this vessel represents decades of engineering evolution aimed at creating a mobile airbase capable of projecting power anywhere in the world's oceans. What makes it especially fascinating is that it blends overwhelming military capability with highly sophisticated engineering systems that keep the ship operational for months without needing to refuel. One of the most remarkable features of the carrier is its nuclear propulsion system. Unlike conventional ships that rely on diesel or gas turbines, this carrier uses 2 nuclear reactors to generate enormous amounts of power. These reactors produce steam that drives 4 massive turbines connected to 4 propeller shafts, pushing the ship through the water at speeds exceeding 30 knots, which is roughly 56 kilometers per hour. While that might not sound extremely fast compared to smaller ships, for a vessel of this size it is an incredible achievement. Even more impressive is its endurance. Because nuclear fuel lasts for many years, the carrier can operate for decades without refueling its reactors, giving it the ability to remain deployed for extremely long missions. The only real limitation becomes food and supplies for the crew rather than fuel for the engines. Speaking of the crew, the ship is essentially a small floating city. On a typical deployment, the carrier hosts around 5,000 personnel, including sailors who operate the ship itself and aviators who manage the aircraft on board. Living spaces, medical facilities, dining halls, gyms, repair workshops, and even television studios exist inside the ship's massive steel structure. Daily life aboard the carrier is highly organized because thousands of people must work together in tight coordination. Every department, from navigation and engineering to aviation maintenance and weapons systems, plays a critical role in keeping the ship functioning smoothly. The real purpose of the carrier, however, is not just transportation. Its main mission is to serve as a mobile airbase capable of launching and recovering military aircraft anywhere in the world. The flight deck is one of the most impressive aspects of the design. Covering more than 4 acres, it is large enough to host dozens of aircraft simultaneously. Jets are launched using powerful steam-driven catapults that accelerate them from 0 to flying speed in just a couple of seconds. Watching this process is extraordinary. A fighter jet roars down the deck and is suddenly hurled into the air as if shot from a giant slingshot. Landing on the ship is equally dramatic. Pilots must guide their aircraft onto a runway that is constantly moving with the ocean waves, catching a steel arresting cable with a hook at the tail of the aircraft to stop within seconds. The air wing carried by the carrier typically includes a mix of fighter jets, electronic warfare aircraft, airborne early warning planes, helicopters, and logistics aircraft. These aircraft work together as a complete system. Fighters provide air superiority and strike capabilities, surveillance planes monitor airspace hundreds of miles away, and helicopters handle search and rescue missions as well as anti-submarine operations. This combination turns the ship into a highly versatile combat platform capable of performing missions ranging from large-scale military operations to humanitarian assistance during natural disasters. Another standout element of the carrier's design is the island structure, which is the tall tower located on the right side of the flight deck. This area contains the command center for flight operations as well as the ship's navigation bridge. From here, officers oversee both the movement of the vessel and the complex choreography happening on the deck. During intense flight operations, dozens of aircraft may be launching, landing, refueling, and rearming within a very short time window. Colored shirt crew members, each color representing a specific job, move quickly across the deck guiding aircraft, managing safety procedures, and ensuring everything runs like clockwork. While aircraft are the primary offensive capability, the carrier also includes its own defensive systems. Despite its massive size, it cannot operate alone and usually travels as part of a carrier strike group that includes destroyers, cruisers, and submarines. These escort ships provide additional protection against threats such as enemy aircraft, missiles, and submarines. Onboard defenses include close-in weapon systems, surface-to-air missile launchers, radar systems, and electronic countermeasures designed to detect and intercept incoming threats. Advanced radar arrays allow the ship to monitor the surrounding air and sea environment over vast distances, ensuring that potential dangers are detected early. From a design perspective, the carrier emphasizes durability and redundancy. Critical systems are duplicated so that if one component fails, another can take over immediately. The hull is built with multiple watertight compartments that help keep the ship afloat even if parts of it are damaged. Fire suppression systems, damage control teams, and emergency response protocols are constantly practiced by the crew to ensure rapid reaction in the event of an accident or attack. This focus on survivability is essential because the carrier represents such a valuable strategic asset. Technology on board has evolved significantly over time through multiple upgrades and modernization programs. Radar systems, communication networks, and aircraft support equipment have been updated to keep pace with modern warfare requirements. The ship also integrates advanced digital systems that allow commanders to coordinate operations with other ships, aircraft, and ground forces across vast distances. In modern naval strategy, information and communication are just as important as firepower, and the carrier acts as a central command hub during large-scale operations. One interesting aspect of life on the ship is the non-stop rhythm of operations. The carrier never truly sleeps. Flight operations, maintenance, navigation, and security tasks continue around the clock in carefully scheduled shifts. Sailors might work long hours maintaining aircraft engines, repairing electronic systems, or managing supplies. Pilots train constantly to maintain their skills for one of the most challenging forms of aviation, carrier landings. Despite the demanding environment, strong teamwork and discipline keep the ship functioning smoothly. Beyond combat missions, carriers like this also play a role in diplomacy and humanitarian operations. Their ability to move quickly across oceans while carrying medical facilities, helicopters, and logistical support makes them extremely useful during natural disasters. In past missions, aircraft carriers have delivered emergency aid, conducted rescue operations, and supported relief efforts after earthquakes, hurricanes, and tsunamis. This versatility highlights how such a powerful military platform can also serve humanitarian purposes. From an engineering standpoint, maintaining such a complex vessel is a monumental task. Thousands of systems, from nuclear reactors and propulsion equipment to aircraft maintenance workshops and computer networks, must function flawlessly in a harsh maritime environment. Regular maintenance periods known as refueling and complex overhaul are scheduled during the ship's life cycle, during which engineers upgrade major systems and ensure the ship remains operational for decades. These large-scale maintenance projects can take several years but significantly extend the vessel's service life. Another fascinating detail is the logistics required to keep the carrier operational. Even though the nuclear reactors eliminate the need for traditional fuel, the ship still requires massive amounts of aviation fuel, spare parts, food, and other supplies for the crew and aircraft. Support ships regularly replenish these supplies while both vessels are moving at sea in a process called underway replenishment. Watching two enormous ships sail side by side while transferring cargo through cables and hoses is an impressive demonstration of naval coordination. Ultimately, what makes this aircraft carrier truly unique is the combination of size, power, mobility, and versatility. It functions as an airport, a military base, a command center, and a small city all at once. Few machines built by humans match its complexity and scale. Whether launching fighter jets into combat zones, supporting international security missions, or delivering humanitarian aid during crises, it represents one of the most capable naval platforms ever created. For viewers interested in naval engineering, military technology, or simply incredible machines, understanding how this massive carrier operates offers a glimpse into one of the most advanced and powerful tools used on the world's oceans today.